Yo! Yo. RX back with another breakdown of UFC Vegas 118 Allen versus Shabazian, or whatever shitty fight they pretended it's the main event. Way back with another breakdown of our final card before the White House, a trip to the Apex that is not bad. Definitely don't let this garbage ruin the view of this card, because it's actually a pretty good card when you look past that garbage they pretend anyone's gonna watch or cares about, or is even the main event. It's not bad. From the second fight of the night to the Brennan Allen fight, the card's really good, and I think this could be a really fun card. I think that's a really high ceiling. Could be even better than Macau last week, to be honest, and I'm looking forward to it. I guess an Apex card, so you don't have to be so hopeful, but I think this has the making of being surprisingly good. Well, surprisingly good because it's an Apex card. If you actually looked over the card, it's actually not terrible. So I'm looking forward to it. Is it a great way to send off before the White House? No. Yeah, I would much rather do that maybe with like a legit card, like a real fight night, but you get what you get, and this is not a terrible fight night, so, or Apex card, whatever you want to call it. So I'm looking forward to it. Again, I get most people write this card off. I don't blame you, but if you just look past that, you actually got a pretty good card on our hands. So I'm excited. What more can I really say there? So again, I think 2 fights on this card are garbage. I think the rest are really good, and I'm looking forward to it. So don't give up on this card. Don't overlook it. Don't push it to the side. Give it a chance, and I think it could be okay. So, but I could be wrong, and either way, we're just here to break down the fight, not say if they're gonna be good, bad, or indifferent. So not really much more I can say here. Again, the last breakdown before the White House is pretty crazy, but I'm excited. So I actually think this card looks better than Macau did on paper, so we'll see how true that ends up being, and let's get into it, shall we? So last thing to say before I do is, of course, the normal YouTube bullshit of please like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to say I would love to get 250 subs before the White House Freedom 250 bullshit, but you know that ain't gonna happen. So you know, it's what it is. But yeah, final breakdown before we get to the big shit next week, and I'm excited. So what more can I really say here? And see what happens in the Apex to send us off to the White House. So UFC Vegas 118 breakdown, 12 fights. You already, I know I am. So stop yapping. I hit all my main points about the card and YouTube bullshit. So let's not yap anymore. Let's get into this shit, shall we? To do that, I say, you ready? I know I am. UFC Vegas 118 breakdown. Begin. As we begin with one of the 2 worst fights on the card, still better than this garbage they pretend is the main event, but you know what it is, what it is. As at least we begin the card with one of the worst fights on it, as we're having our opening fight of UFC Vegas 118 in the strawweight division. We have a shitty decision between 2 shitty fighters, starting the card off with Ketlin Esquintadina Souza versus Ariane Sorcio Coronalosi. Yeah, this fight's fucking terrible. So who's gonna win the decision? pretty self-explanatory. It's gonna be a shitty decision too. Yeah, let's not waste more time than we need to here. Let's begin with the first fighter of the night. For worse, definitely not better. Ketlin Souza, 16-6, 30 years old, 3-3 in the UFC. Her wins have been Marnik Man, Yasmin Haragi, and Bruna Brazil. She lost to Karini Silva, Angela Hill, and Pierre Rodriguez. So, you know, at least she has lost to two good fighters. I mean, Karini Silva, that obviously we all know Ketlin is living off that Yasmin Haragi win in the Sphere, which was a phenomenal win, but she hasn't done shit before or since that fight. Lost to Angie, but it was close. Lost to Pierre, beat Bruna in one of the worst fights of the year, and now she's back to see what she can do here, so yeah, she's not very good. I don't think I'm really gonna surprise you with that take. She's just not very good. She's not the most exciting of fighters. Again, that Yasmin Haraki knockout was nice, but let's be honest, she's not a powerful striker. She's not a great grappler. Her cardio's not great. That Bruna Brazil fight was again horrendous, and Ketlin is just not that good of a fighter. Now that she's the only Ketlin left on the roster, she's still the worst Ketlin on the roster. Why did they cut Ketlin Vieira again? I think Ketlin Vieira is more exciting than Souza, and obviously she's better, but whatever. And yeah, we'll see what Souza can do here. Can she not have the worst fight of the year this time, like she did against Bruna? Somehow she might have actually got a step down from Bruna Brazil here, which says a lot. And yeah, she's just not very good. Don't know what to say. She's not really great at anything, and very subpar striker at best. So about all I can say about the one-hit wonder. As for the opponent, who is more than likely a guy and is definitely a no-hit wonder because she's never had any success in the UFC, the opponent, Ariane Carnelossi, 15-4, 33 years old, also 3-3 in the UFC, even though she really should be 2-4. This is a rematch, I guess, from Carnelossi's last fight before the UFC when she finished Ketlin. Since then, she got signed, beat Na Liang and Estela Nunez, lost to Angela Hill, Pico Diaz, Pierre Rodriguez, and Talita Alencar. She lost to Pierre because she acted her ass off to get a DQ, which was bullshit, so shocker. So her only wins are really Estela and Na Liang, which say as much as you think they do. Yeah, I don't need to waste much time here. Carnelossi's a joke of a fighter. For being a guy and still being this terrible at strawweight, that should tell you a lot. So, yeah, she's fucking terrible. I would say, fuck, is she the worst strawweight on the roster? I think Shauna Bannon and Pooja Tomar are better, truly. So, yeah, Carnelossi's terrible. What else am I really meant to say there? The betting odds for this fight do agree with that statement, having Ketlin Souza minus 255 to plus 210. Yeah, I don't know if I'd have her that big of a favorite, but I'd have Ketlin like minus 210 to plus 185 or some shit. Ketlin should win this fight. She's much better, fought better talent, beat better talent, and again, Carnelossi is just fucking terrible, so truly has a case for being the worst strawweight on the roster, and that's a fucking strong case to be made when you got Shiming, Shauna Bannon, and fucking Pooja Tomar lying around. So again, she's a step down from Bruna Brazil for Ketlin Souza. That tells you all you need to know. So 1 inch taller for Souza, 1.5 inches in reach, and 93% picked. I agree. I'm gonna go Ketlin Souza here by obviously decision. Not because it was a female fight, because they're not finishers. Carnelossi has only finished terrible fighters, and Ketlin has only finished Yasmin Haragi, which is still very questionable how she even did that. So there you go. Not much to really elaborate on there. And yeah, shitty fight. Still better than any Bilal Muhammad fight will ever be, but yeah, it's terrible. It's two fighters who are not UFC level. One might be the worst in the weight class, and the other, I would say, is barely better than Bannon and Shiming. Well, no, I think Shiming would beat Ketlin. Nicole Kawalari would beat Ketlin. So yeah, Ketlin's pretty low on the totem pole. And, yeah, this fight just sucks. I don't know what you want me to say. Super Apex fight, again, apparently a rematch, which I didn't even know about until someone said something about it. And I'm gonna go Kellen to get revenge in a shitty rematch. So, give me Kellen Silva here by decision. Terrible fight. Terrible fighters. At least it's beginning the card because it is the worst prelim on it. And, yeah, let's just get a boring decision out the way now before the real shit begins. So, give me Kellen Sosa by decision to begin the night with a fucking wet fart of a fight. Just shit. What can I say? Hell of a dog and pony show the UFC runs in the Apex, and yeah, this would definitely be the main attraction of it. So, give me Kellen Sosa by decision and a terrible rematch. After that, we get to a good female fight on this card. Yes, that is actually possible. It doesn't fucking seem like it with the 3 female fights booked for this card, but this one is actually pretty decent. And we have our second fight of the night, going up 10 pounds to the flyweight division. We have our one and only debut of the night, and it's an interesting one. Not one I'm super excited for, but I'm intrigued at least. If you're on our second fight of the night, that could actually be a really good fight and easily the best female fight on the card. We have at flyweight, Jesla Bra Chavez, I think I said that right, versus UNC Dubin. Interesting fight here. This could be a very fun one. Someone who had a fun fight on Contender Series versus someone who had maybe the best knockout in Contender Series history. This could be a fun one. Let's see who makes a statement against their first UFC win here at flyweight. Beginning with the debuting fighter who lost on Contender Series but still should have been signed, Jesla Chavez. Debuting at 6-0, 29 years old. Did lose on Contender Series because that was a complete robbery, but still should have been signed even with that. Had a banger with Sofia Montenegro on the Contender Series, one of the best fights of the season, where both should have been signed. Just wish Sofia would have got to deserve to win. And, yeah, let's see what Chavez can do here. Chavez surprised a lot of people with that fight on Contender Series. Going into it, people with breakdowns, and even on commentary they're saying, yeah, her record's shaky. Seems like maybe a padded record fighter, not that good, but she went in there and threw down, fucking had a brawl with Sofia, who I think is very good after that fight, and she proved she ain't a fake fighter. She looked pretty solid in there, and see what she can do in the UFC now, fighting someone much worse than Montenegro. Let's see what Chavez can do here now that we know she is actually not terrible at fighting like her record before Contender Series showed. And yeah, still should be 5-1, but should have been signed anyway. And can we have Montenegro debut already? It'd be fucking nice. I know she pulled out in Mexico, but rebook her already, Jesus. Yeah, not really much else to say there. See what Chavez can do in the debut. Looked good on Contender Series, well run, good striking, was not scared of a fight, but see what she can do here now. As she is fighting someone who is completely living off their Contender Series win. It was amazing, but yeah, she has to do more than just that after a while. The opponent, UNC Dubin, 6-1, 29 years old, 0-1 in the UFC, coming out of Contender Series where she had maybe the best knockout in the show's history, one of the biggest upset of all time, one of my favorite Contender Series moments of all time. It was amazing. No doubt should have been signed, and then she got signed and got head kicked by Curly Judice in under 2 minutes. Which we can give our break for. Curly Judice is very good, and will probably be ranked before the end of the year, more than likely. But yeah, Dubin still is a bit debatable about her skill level. Clearly she has power in the hands, but outside of that, first of all, why is she not fighting at strawweight when she's 5'4"? And second of all, yeah, when every opponent she had before the Contender Series was 0-0, that kinda should tell you a lot, so we'll see what she can do here, fighting someone much worse than Giudice. That's not even a knock on Chavez, it's just Giudice is very good. And let's see if Dubin can show that she is more than just a one-hit wonder against another one like Kellen Souza, and can actually show she has talent outside of just one very lucky knockout against a terrible fighter on Contender Series. So she has to prove something here. I haven't seen grappling or cardio from her, but we've seen her get a knockout and get knocked out. So gotta do more than that though. I will defend Dubin a lot here, because I think the betting odds for this fight are a bit stupid. I would say probably the worst odds on the card. Why is Chavez minus 400? She opened at like minus 700, which I think I'm picking Chavez. I think she's going to win, and I never really considered picking Dubin. But minus 400? I would say Kellen Souza should be that before Chavez, and neither should be that. I would have Chavez probably minus 2... between 240 and 260, I think that'd be fair, but minus 400, might be the biggest favorite on the card? No. Fuck no. No. If this was Montenegro and Dubin, I would be more okay to accept that. I still wouldn't agree with it, but okay, but Chavez, no. Not at all. She is 2 inches taller, 2 inches in reach, and 86% picked, and I am picking her. I think those betting odds are a bit fucking stupid, so maybe they're right. Maybe she does run through her in minus 400 fashion, but I have my doubts. So either way, I am picking Chavez here to get the win. I'm gonna go decision. I don't think she's not as good as Giudice, so we'll see if she can run through Dubin as easily. We haven't seen any cardio from Dubin or any grappling, so maybe we see that here. We know Chavez can go 15, we know she's down for a fight, she can grapple a bit, yada yada. Now we just have to see what she can do in UFC against worse competition than Montenegro, but still competition and under the bigger lights, so we'll see what happens here. I'm intrigued, and give me Jesla Chavez by decision here. Could get a finish, but again, this is if she wins this fight, this would be her best win, since she did not beat Montenegro. And again, I'm not really sold on Dubin being an easy finish, because Giudice is really good, so I'll play it safe. I'll go Chavez by decision here, even though I could see her getting a finish. I think it's more likely it goes 15, and she wins probably 30-27, but let's find out what happens here. Someone has to get their first UFC win and prove that they deserve to be here. Let's see who does it. I'm going to say it's Chavez. I don't think Dubin is going to be the one here. If she moves down to strawweight, she might be better. Why she's fighting at flyweight, I don't fucking know. And she has to prove something here, or she is really just going to be living off that one great knockout forever. So I'm going to say the latter happens. Give me Chavez by decision here, and to hopefully send Dubin to strawweight. So not really. This is at flyweight, right? I'm not making sure, because I can't believe 5'4" fighting at flyweight. Fucking only Jessica Andrade can get away with that, and she's shorter. So give me Chavez by decision in what I think could actually be a really fun fight, or it can just be a one-sided win for Chavez. Let's find out. Give me Jesla Chavez by decision in our second fight of the night. And then after that, we get to our third fight of the night, our first male fight of the night, and a very good one at that, as we go to the featherweight division for, I believe, the first fight booked for this card, but that could be wrong, as we have the bare minimum, the first male fight of this card in the featherweight division. We have a very interesting fight that probably should be a bit higher on the card, but is what it is. I think having a very interesting, decent fight at 145 to bring the guys into the play for this card between the Monkey King, Jordan Levitt, versus Joe Anderson to borrow Brito. Would not have thought I'd be looking at this fight a year ago, but here we are. And Brito back for the first time this year. Levitt had his second featherweight fight and his second fight this year. Decent first male fight of the night. Let's talk about it. Beginning with the undefeated featherweight in his second fight there in the UFC, Jordan Levitt. 13-3, 31 years old, gonna be... Oh, that's actually his birthday a few days ago, good for him. 6-3 in the UFC, but 1-0 at featherweight. At lightweight, he was not bad, only lost to Puelles, Paddy, and Hooper, guys who could kind of stuff him on the ground. But outside of that, he continues to beat guys who are not good on the ground. And coming off Contender Series as well. Moved down featherweight and looked really fucking good. Completely fraud checking Yadier Del Valle. And a surprising fucking performance where he looked phenomenal. And now he fights Jonathan Brito, a more experienced and higher level guy in the division of featherweight to really test how Levitt looks there, so should be interesting. We all know we're getting with Jordan Levitt. The dude is not a striker. He's got, one knockout ever, and it was Victor Rodriguez, Victor Martinez, my bad. So that tells you all you need to know striking-wise. Great grappler, though. Can grapple for 15 minutes easily, and, yeah, we know his game plan, same thing as the Del Valle fight, just get you down, keep you there. He could look for a submission or a TKO, but usually he will not. And, well, sometimes he will, depending on who he's fighting. If he's fighting a shitty grappler, he might, so never know. We'll win this one, but, yeah, we know the Jordan Levitt game plan. Dude's a decent fighter, but he's also just gonna try and lay on you and keep you there, so, 'cause he can't strike for shit, so... See what Jordan can do in his second featherweight outing. Looked really good in the debut against Yadier. Again, fraud checking him was pretty impressive. And now we see what he can do in the second outing. Now that we know how he looks at featherweight. As he is fighting a more experienced and, again, probably a higher level guy in the division, the veteran Joe Anderson Brito. 18-5-1, 31 years old, 6-3 in the UFC as well, coming out the Contender Series. And a guy who somehow has a win over Shepe and Diego Lopez. That'll never make sense. His wins in the UFC have been Andre Fili, Luke Alexander, Weston Wilson, Johnson Pierce, Jack Shore, and Isaac Thompson, losing to Bilal Joe, William Gomez, and Pat Sabatini. At one point, Brito was one of the most hyped up guys outside the top 15, but since he's definitely not been, ever since that Gomez fight that he really shouldn't have taken, and maybe he won, maybe he didn't. I actually think that is a rare time Gomez deserved to win, kind of, and Sabatini, who we know is really good, embarrassed him. Did bounce back from Isaac Thompson win, that was not that impressive, and now he meets Jordan Levitt, so... Brito at times in UFC has looked really good. Like, again, Jack Shore and Jonathan Pierce are really good wins, but Andre Fili's a phenomenal win, but he's just also not looked that great at times. Again, Shepe is a good win. How he has that, I don't know. Diego Lopez, who knows the circumstances behind that, so... You know, he has good power in the hands and really good kicks, but his Achilles heel is definitely grappling and cardio. He has shit cardio and he can't grapple for shit defensively, so I think we know what Jordan Levitt's gonna try and do here. Yeah, like, Brito's just kind of lost a lot of the aura of being this top unranked guy, and now he's kind of just another guy in the division where fighters like fucking Luke Riley have already kind of jumped him for being more intriguing in the division and having a higher ceiling, so... But we'll see what he can do here. This will be a really good win for him, and we know his strengths and weakness. Good kickboxer, great power, but shitty grappler and bad cardio, so... see what Jonathan can do here if he can set back Levitt and give Levitt his first featherweight loss. Maybe earn back some of his aura or attention, whichever one you want to say. The betting odds for this fight have Brito around minus 190 to 200. I don't agree with that. I really don't. I want to say I get why Brito's the favorite, but I almost don't. I get Levitt is Jordan Levitt. He's not a world beater, but going off their last couple fights, I don't know how confident I'd be in Brito. Like, I guess you won't have him the favorite, but I would only have him like minus 130 at most. So, yeah, not really sure how much I agree with those odds. Levitt's an inch taller, Brito's an inch in reach, and Brito's 64% picked. I'm gonna go against the betting odds here. I'm gonna go with the underdog, who I think might be the best underdog on the card. I'm gonna go Jordan Levitt here. I think he can do the same thing Pat Sabatini did. He has the cardio and wrestling of Sabatini, so, and we seen him do the exact same thing as Yadier Del Valle, who is much better on the ground, at least we thought, than Joe Anderson. So I'm gonna go Jordan Levitt here. He really impressed me in that Yadier fight, and Jonathan Brito has not impressed me in a hot minute. So he's not really been that impressive in 2 years? Even longer, really. So I'm gonna go Jordan Levitt here. I just really struggled to, could Brito stuff takedowns and win a course? He's not a pushover, but I just think Levitt can get the fight down and do what he did against Yadier. So give me Jordan Levitt by decision, maybe a submission, but I would say unlikely. I would say he does what he did against Yadier, or what Sabatini did against Brito. Spam takedowns, get him down there and keep him there. He has better cardio than Brito, he has better grappling. Don't try to strike with him. I think Levitt can be pretty okay, so give me Jordan Levitt by decision here to get the win as, in my opinion, the best underdog on the card. So I don't trust Brito. I do think he could win. I just don't have much. I just struggled to pick him here. I just kind of see him laying on his back for 15 minutes like Pat Sabatini did to him. And I'm going to go Jordan Levitt here by decision. So, again, best underdog on the card. Someone who never trusted him most, but I think he can get the win here. Give me Jordan Levitt by decision. See if the best underdog, or I guess under monkey on the card, can get the win. So give me the Monkey King by decision. After that, we get to a fight that is very low skilled, but could actually be very fun and could give us our first finish of the night. At least in my opinion. I don't see the other 3 fights ending in a finish. Maybe Dubin, but not Levitt or Souza. As we go to our final female fight on the card in the bantamweight division, a loser gets cut fight, or at least I would fucking hope. Maybe the winner should get cut too. And we have our 4th fight of the night, our final female fight of the night in the women's bantamweight division. A fight with low skill but high levels of possible excitement. We have Chelsea, no relations to Michael Chandler, versus Pasilla, Zombie Girl, Cachoeira. Yeah, not a great fight here. At least we get to see a Chandler fight a week early, and actually she's much better than Michael at this point. She has a better chance of winning than he does. Yeah, this is a rough one, to say the very least. A very, very rough fight. 2 of the worst in the women's bantamweight division. Not the worst, but 2 of the worst. And someone's gonna get cut here after a 3rd loss, so let's find out who that'll be. And that'll begin with the American, the Chandler, fighting a week early. Chelsea Chandler, 6-4, 35 years old, 2-3 in the UFC. She has the same amount of wins as Michael Chandler has in the UFC as well. Her wins have been Julia Stoliarenko and Josiane Nunez, losing to Norma Dumont, Yana Santos, and Jocelyn Edwards. I'll give her a break there. She's only lost to top 5 level fighters in Norma, Jocelyn, and Yana. So I'll give her that. Beat Solarenko easily, beat Josie Nunez pretty soundly. Missed weight twice, so see if she can actually make weight here, which has been a kind of an issue for her. So what is Chandler good at? Kind of just grappling. She's a bigger fighter, really a featherweight. She's a good wrestler, kind of, but cardio is definitely a lot to be desired. Can't really take a punch. We all know what she's known for, and that's the Norm Dumont runaway. And, yeah, can get outclassed very easily like she did against Yana and Norma. So, and her 2 wins are kind of pathetic. Julia Starenko sucks, and Josie Nunez is like 3 feet tall, so she was never that good to begin with. Yeah, we'll see what Chandler can do here. She needs to win, because she needs to win. What can I say? She is kind of just a good wrestler. Not in 5 fights, not seen really any good striking from her, and don't really think she can take a punch too well. So first fight in over a year, and her at 35 years old, trying to save her job. See what Chelsea can do here. As she is fighting the usually exciting and still terrible at fighting the opponent, Priscilla Cachoeira. 13-8, 37 years old, even older, 5-8 in the UFC. Ain't that just swell? Her wins have been Shauna Dobson, Gina Mazzani, Ji-Yeon Kim, Oriana Lipsky, and Josie Nunez. She has lost to almost everyone since moving up to bantamweight. She's lost to Jocelyn Edwards and Claudia Saigula. That Saigula fight, she was a lot closer than people let you believe, but that fight could have went her way, and I don't think many people would have been, at least I wouldn't have been upset. I think she could have got that decision, but either way, let's see if Cachoeira can save the job here. She's been on the hot seat many times in her UFC career, and let's see if this is finally the one to get her cut. So we know what she's good at, throwing bombs and having a lot of power. Besides that, can't grapple, shit cardio, can't take a punch, doesn't block punches. So, about everything else outside of hitting really hard. And we'll see what Priscilla can do here. So she usually finds a way to win when it matters, like the Josie Nunez fight. And see if she can win when it matters here. The betting odds pretty much have this a pick'em. Chandler might be a small favorite at the moment, but I would have this a complete pick'em. I don't know how I could trust either of these two. 5'8 to 5'7". Chandler had a big reach advantage. 70 to 30% for Cachoeira though, which is actually a bit surprising. I'm going Cachoeira here, as much as I hate to say that every time, and I actually like Chandler more. I would like to see her win and keep her job. I just don't know if that's gonna happen here. Could Chandler get her down and keep her there? Yes, I think that could be a possibility. But A, is she gonna be smart enough to shoot? And B, I guess you have to factor in that if she does, then what? Is she get a TKO on the ground? Maybe. Who has better cardio? Probably Cachoeira. Who do I think can look better in round 2 and 3? Probably Cachoeira. So, and in the striking, it's gonna be Cachoeira all fucking day. So, I don't know. I really don't know here. It's a bad fight, and I could see a case. Actually, I could see a case made for Chandler. I get the case for Chandler. Cachoeira sucks, but I'm gonna go Zombie Girl here. I think she can find Chandler's chin pretty easily and put her down, and that could be that. So give me Priscilla Cachoeira by knockout in the first. I just have a weird feeling she's just gonna tap Chandler's chin and put her down. She has enough power too, and the skill of throwing a punch really hard at someone's chin is definitely something Cachoeira can do. So as much as I would love to see Cachoeira lose and get cut, I don't know if it's gonna happen. So I just have more of a feeling of Cachoeira getting the knockout here, so give me Pastilla Cachoeira by knockout in the first. Could Chandler just wrestle fuck her and win? Sure. Do I think she will? No. I struggle a bit to pick Chandler, who just is not that good, and give me Pastilla Cachoeira by knockout in the first. So gonna see Chandler's knocked out in back-to-back weeks by Brazilians, and yeah, give me Cachoeira by knockout in the first. So not really much else to say there. Could be a fun fight, maybe. Could end in a finish at least. And give me a Zombie to knock out the first Chandler in the span of a week, because then Rufy has the other one next week. And then after that we go to our fifth fight of the night, a fight that should be on the main card since it's for number 15th ranking in the flyweight division, and this fight could be a banger, but it's what it is, as we have in our fifth fight of the night in the flyweight division for the number 15th ranking. A very good fight here that could easily be a fight of the night, as we have in our fifth fight the Bruno Bulldog Silva versus Edgar Puro Chicali Shires. This can be a really fun fight. Two guys who have looked really good in the UFC as of late. Not Shires fully, but Bruno has looked really good as of late. We know how fun Shires can be. This is going to be a banger. I'm looking forward to this one. Should be on the main card, but it is what it is. And let's get into it. Beginning with the ranked fighter here, defending his number 15 ranking, Bruno Silva, 15-8-2, 36 years old, 5-5-1 in the UFC. No hero should be 6-2 6-4 since he beat Charles Johnson pretty easily. That was a complete robbery. Outside of that, he has beaten JP Buys, Victor Rodriguez, Tyson Nam, Cody Durden, Hyung Sung Park. He has lost to David Dvorak, Tagir Wambekov, Manel Kopp, Joshua Van, and he had a no contest with Khalil Taha. Yeah, Bruno has actually looked much better lately than he did for a couple years in the UFC. He looked really good against Park, beat Charles Johnson, and now we see what he can do here defending his ranking against Edgar Shires. So having to fight another unranked guy like when he had to fight Hyung Sung Park, and we'll see what he can do here. So dude has good power in his hands, the cardio is alright, grappling is fine, trained defender Cejudo, he's well-rounded, good, again, really good power, that's his kind of strong suit, and we'll see what he can do here, again, coming off beating Charles Johnson, because that was a complete robbery. He's pissed off and wants to get back in there. That could be a blessing and a curse at the same time. And, yeah, see what he can do here, so see if he can defend his ranking. As he is fighting a guy who could be one of the most fun fighters in the division, even though his last fight was very underwhelming. We have the opponent, Edgar Shires. 13-6, 30 years old, 3-2-1 in the UFC. His wins have been Daniel Arceda, CJ Vergara in a very underwhelming performance against Felipe Boonies. He has lost to Tatsuro Taira and Joshua Van. I think those guys are pretty good. He had a no contest with Arceda, which was bullshit, so he beat him twice, really. Yeah, Shires, when he's on, he's a really good fighter. He actually tested Taira and Van very well. Fuck, he had Van hurt more than anyone else has in a long time. Just the one weird thing about him is that Boonies fight, he looked really underwhelming in that fight. He clearly won it, but he looked super underwhelming in that fight. And, yeah, if that version of him shows up again, he's gonna lose this fight. But if the fun Edgar Shires, who beat Vergara, who tested Van and Taira, beat Larceda twice, if that guy shows up, I think he's gonna we're gonna have a very interesting, fun fight here, and I'm looking forward to it. So, fun Edgar Shirez is well-rounded, fun, powerful, etc., etc., good cardio. But the shitty one we saw against Boonies would have no chance in this fight, so let's hope we don't see that one again. The betting odds for I have Bruno Silva minus 135 to plus 115. I would have this a pick'em. I think this is the hardest fight to pick on the card in terms of both being pretty good. I could see this going either way. Both fought very recently, so we'll see how that affects them. And yeah, this could be a tough one to call. Bruno with on a 2 fight winning streak and looked again pretty good against Charles and Park. Shirez, we know how good he can look, but he passed to look like that against the Boonies performance. This is gonna be interesting. Shirez is much bigger in height and reach, but Bruno is 57% picked, which is interesting. So. Again, I think this is a pick'em. I think there's a high chance this probably goes full 15. Bruno can take a lot of damage, and Shirez can take a lot of damage, so I think this could be a fun 15-minute banger, and who ends up with the win in that? I'm leaning Edgar Shirez here. I think he can put on a really crazy pace that Bruno might not be able to keep up with, and I think he can win this one. He's much bigger, and I think he can put on a pace that Bruno just can't really do much against. So I'm not grappling. Edgar's much bigger, so he should probably be able to be a bit better in the grappling if it does go there, and this is going to be a fun fight, what I do know for sure, so I'm looking forward to it, but I'm going to lean Edgar Shirez here by decision. Again, a finish here is possible if there's not much power that is going to be thrown, but I'm going to say it probably doesn't happen. I'm going to say we probably go the full 15, and I'm going to go Edgar Shirez to get that. I kind of feel bad competing against Bruno since he did get fucked over against Charles Johnson, but you know, that's life, ain't it? And UFC ain't nice to y'all, so give me Edgar to get the win here. Bruno's also 36 years old, so factor that in as you will. And give me Edgar Shirez here to get the win by decision. Probably a close decision as well, might even be a split for all we know. But yeah, I think it's going to be a fun one, and I think Edgar Shirez can squeak out the win here, so still the hardest fight to pick on the card in my opinion, but a very good fight at that, and see what happens, so not much else to say there. And then after that we get to the first of 4 fights in a row to be changed due to cancellations on this card, most of them for the better. This one I do think is a better fight than the original, but is also beyond predictable at the same time, as we have in our co-main event, the prelims that also should probably be on the main card. What can you do? And we go to our co-main at bantamweight of the prelims, though a return I'm very excited to see, and again a fight that got better due to cancellations, even if it's still not that competitive or close. We have in our co-main of the prelims, Marcus the Maniac McGee versus John Giannis. Really good to see Marcus McGee back after that stupid Piotr Jan fight, going against John Giannis, which is one hell of a step down. Giannis is stepping in for Jacob Wickwatch, so, you know, and definitely a better opponent than Jacob, because Jacob's garbage. And, yeah, let's see what happens here. If there's really much of a debate, not really, but, see what happens. Beginning with the formerly top 15 ranked Vanderlei Silva lookalike, Marcus McGee, 10-2, 36 years old, 4-1 UFC. His 4 wins have been Journey Newsom, JP Buys, Gaston Bolanos, and Johnson Martinez, only losing to Piotr Jan in a fight that made no fucking sense. And, now he is thankfully back, and we will see what he can do here, going from Petr Yan to John Giannis is definitely one of the most interesting fight-by-fight comparisons I've ever fucking seen, and yeah, we'll see how McGee can bounce back here. So, dude, I still think is very good. He didn't do awful against Petr, but he never stood a chance in that fight. But McGee is still really good. Great striker, good power, well-rounded. Grappling is fine. Cardio is good. Dude, solid. What can you really say? Top 15 guy for a reason at one point. Still probably should be over who they do got in the top 15. And, we'll see what Marcus can do here. So, kind of just a bounce back fight, and we'll see how good he looks in said bounce back fight. A week before O'Malley fights, another MMA lab bantamweight. See how he can do here. As he is fighting the recent winner, now back on short notice, John Giannis, who is definitely not Petr Yan. 10-4, 31 years old, 1-1 in the UFC. His debut on short notice, he fought Austin Bashing, got beat pretty soundly. Then, 2 months ago, he beat Jamie Siraj and put himself on the map. Looked very good in that fight, probably should have got a bonus. And, yeah, even for him, going from Jamie Siraj to Marcus McGee is a bit of a fucking jump up. And, we'll see what he can do here, so good luck to him. Good luck to John Giannis, man. Respect him for stepping in here, but yeah, I don't think this is gonna go very well for him, to be honest, so good luck. That's about all I can say, and happy he's getting a big opportunity. Too bad he has no fucking chance in it. The betting odds for his fight have Marcus McGee minus 550 to plus 400. I think McGee could be minus 650 pretty easily, to be honest. No hate to Giannis, it's just a fact. 1 inch in height, Giannis is 1.5 inches bigger in reach, but 97% on Marcus McGee. And, yeah, he is my lock of the night here. I am, gonna go Marcus McGee here pretty fucking soundly. Lock of the night. Could have went a few ways with that, but I trust McGee the most. I don't see a world where John fucking Giannis is gonna beat him. And, yeah, give me Marcus McGee here by... I was gonna say decision at first, but the more I thought about this, it's like, he should not be taking John fucking Giannis to a decision, so yeah, I'm gonna go Marcus McGee by knockout in the second. I think he should be able to piece up Giannis and put him down. He's put down guys who are maybe even a bit better than Giannis, and Gaston Bolanos, how he beat Johnson Martinez, and yeah, I think McGee should be able to put him down within 10 rounds, if not maybe in round 3, or 10 minutes, not 10 rounds. And maybe he just 30-27s them, but I doubt it. I think he's going to be motivated after that Jan fight. I think he's going to go in there and probably starch Giannis. So give me Marcus McGee by knockout in the second. Should be able to go in there and get him pretty easily, because he's just much, much, much better. And again, not even trying to hate on John Giannis. Respect to the kid for stepping in, but yeah, he think his ass beat here. So give me Marcus McGee, my locks of the night by knockout in the second. And what more can I really say here? So see what happens. Not really much more to say there. Good luck, Giannis. You're gonna need it. And then after that, we hit our featured prelim in the flyweight division. Another fight that changed on short notice for the worse, sadly. The only one we have to end the prelims in the flyweight division with another fight that could be a lock of the night, to be honest. We have to end the prelims at flyweight. Matt Danger Schnell versus Alessandro Nono Costa. Alessandro Costa stepping in for Emmanuel Rodriguez, which breaks my fucking heart to not see Emmanuel on this card. But it is what it is. At least Costa stepped in, not like Cody Durden. And, yeah, now we see what happens here with Nono fighting Snow. Not gonna waste much time here. Snow sucks, we all know that. To talk about Alessandro Costa real quick, coming in on short notice. I think about a week notice. I think the fist fight got announced around like Friday or Saturday. Or maybe it was Sunday, but I think it was like Friday. Costa, 15-5, 30 years old, 3-3 in UFC, beating Jimmy Flick, Kevin Borjas, and Stuart Nickel, losing to Amir Albazi, Steve Erceg, and Alvin Correa. Yeah, these two losses have aged badly, but Correa is very good. All his wins are against bad fighters who are, hell, I think might be better than Schnell. And, yeah, this is a cakewalk for him. A Diego Lopez training partner, who I'm guessing is going to be cornered by Diego. Good power, good kicks. And what else can I really say? So, yeah, good to see him back. If anyone's going to step in for Mano, I'm happy it's Costa, because he's really good in his own right. And, see what happens here, so, pretty simple. The betting after this fight had Costa minus 550 to plus 350. Yeah, I think Costa could be minus 600 easily. Not much to say there. He's 4 inches shorter and 3 inches shorter in reach, but still 96% picked. And I am going to agree with that 96% full-heartedly. Give me Alessandro Costa by knockout in first. It's Matt Schnell. The dude can't take a fucking punch. And, yeah, he's fucking terrible. What else you want me to say? The dude's whole career was pretty much just getting fucked up. So, give me Costa by knockout first. Pretty simple. And, yeah, what more can I really say there? Still wish it was a manual, goddammit. And, boom, there you go. Those are the prelims. You know, they're pretty good. If you just look past the first fight of the card and go from Chavez to Costa, pretty damn good prelims. I'm looking forward to them. Some good fights here. Dubin could be a fun one. Lev might be the worst fight here in actuality. Cachoeira could be fun. Chirez will be great. McGee and Costa will get nice wins. Yeah, again, if you have the shitty Kellen Sosa fight, these prelims are pretty good. And I'm looking forward to them, so for an Apex card no less to have prelims this good, I'm excited. I think I'm looking forward to it, and I think they lead into a very good main card. So let's not waste any more time. We have four more fights to talk about. Let's get into them, beginning with the main card opener, which shouldn't really be on the main card, compared to some other fights of more importance, but this will be a fun fight nonetheless, as we have in our main card opener in the light heavyweight division. Another fight that had a cancellation, and this one for the better, in my opinion. We have a banger to be in the main card that's going to end very quickly. We have to begin UFC Vegas 118th main card, Iwo Rudy Barnevsky versus Junior, the Juggernaut, Tafa. This was originally meant to be Billy Alicana here, but Tafa stepped in, which I like more. I don't need to see Billy Alicana get knocked out by Iwo. And, yeah, now we could see Tafa get knocked out by Iwo, so that's always good to see. I guess we can talk about the fighters real quick here. Now there's really no fucking need to. For Iwo Bornevsky, 8-0, 27 years old, obviously he's a star here. 2-0 in the UFC, coming out of Contender Series, where he knocked out Muhammad Ali. In the UFC, he's beat Ibo Aslan and Austin Lane. So, not strong competition, to say the very least. Somehow Junior Tafa might be the best opponent he's fought so far. Yeah, dude has bombs in his hands, poise power, 6 knockouts. Yeah, he's good. Good chin, good power. Never left round 1. Not gonna be tested here. What more can you say? So simple. And then for the opponent here, the UFC's favorite Australian tomato can, not in Australia for once, Junior Tafa, 7-5, 29 years old, 3-5 in the UFC, about to be 3-6 at light heavyweight. He is 1-2, beating Kevin Christian, losing to Tuco Tacos and Billy Alacana. He was not better at fucking heavyweight, so don't worry. And, yeah, he sucks. It was good that he got that easy one against Christian, because he's fucking horrendous. The one guy in the division may be worse than Tafa, and actually Zhang Mingyang is worse as well. And, yeah, the Tafa brother is the better one, but it's still a Tafa brother, and, what more can you really say there? So, pretty simple. They throw punches really hard, and that's it. Iwo is only minus 260 here, which I'm shocked by. I would imagine he had been like minus 600, which I think it would be more on the nose. Tafa's 3 inches taller and bigger in reach, but obviously Iwo's 92% picked. And I agree. Give me Iwo Boronevsky by knockout in the first. Do I really need to explain anything else there? Didn't fucking think so. It's a Tafa brother fighting a guy with any bit of talent. Yeah, you think his ass beat, so... Iwo knockout, round 1, simple. Do I need to waste any more time here? Didn't think so. Always good to see a Tafa loss. And, there you go. And then after that we go to our second fight of the main card, the final one to change due to cancellations in the last week or so. And this one definitely got the best outcome out of the cancellations, as now we have in our second fight of the main card in the bantamweight division. A very good, interesting fight here between Bryce Thug Nasty Mitchell versus Border Boy Santiago Luna. Yeah, this is a much better fight than Victor Henry, that's for damn sure. And, yeah, I'm intrigued here. I'm not gonna waste much time on Bryce Mitchell. Just for the fighter, I'll say he is 1-0 at bantamweight, beating Said Nurmagomedov, and looked very subpar in that fight. Now we see what he can do against Santiago Luna. For the undefeated Luna here in a gigantic step up in competition on short notice. He is currently 8-0, 21 years old, 2-0 in the UFC, beating Quang Lee and Angel Pacheco, who are definitely a bit of a step down from Bryce Mitchell. And, now we see what Luna can do here, if he's really all that good. We haven't seen really any grappling from him. He has good power. His cardio looks okay from the Angel Pacheco fight. And, let's see what he can do here. I'm actually a bit shocked UFC would do this fight, since I would imagine they don't want to see either guy lose. They like Bryce Mitchell and they like Luna. So... I definitely thought Luna would be fed to Ethan Ewing, but I guess no luck there. And, let's see what Luna can do here. So, if is he legit or is he a fraud? We're gonna find out real quickly. Because going from Quang Lee as your best UFC opponent to Bryce Mitchell is hell of a fucking jump in competition. So, see if he's ready for it. The betting odds say he is not having Bryce Mitchell minus 155 to plus 135, which I get, logically, because we have not seen Luna fight anyone in the UFC, but not like Bryce looked that good. Like, Bryce hasn't actually looked good in a fight since what? Against anyone good since what, Dan Ige? So, he didn't look that good in that fight, so, I don't know. 10-year age gap, Bryce is an inch taller, Luna 4 inches in reach. Who do I think will win? I don't know, I think this is a very hard fight to predict. We really don't know how good Luna is, and we know Bryce Mitchell isn't that good. Who am I picking? Who do I want to win? Fuck Bryce Mitchell. I think that idiot should still be cut because he's just a dumb motherfucker. And, yeah, I'm going Santiago Luna here by knockout in the first. Sagan and Magomedov dropped Bryce, so it's possible. It's more than fucking possible. A much better striker than Luna can drop him. But the question is, can he grapple? That's all. That's the real question. If he can't grapple or he doesn't have the cardio to, Bryce is gonna rip him to shreds. But if Luna can keep this standing or just get that one big shot off, he might send Bryce out cold. So hoping he does, because Bryce is a fucking idiot. Maybe he knocked some brain, some fucking sense into him, but I think Josh Emmett knocked it all out of him. And I actually think he'll win. I think it's close, but no matter what, I'm picking Santiago Luna. Because again, I have no respect for a dumb fuck and like Bryce Mitchell, who should be cut. So give me Santiago Luna by knockout in the first. And please, I would love to see him put his fucking fist or knee through Bryce's fucking teeth. So, but I don't think we're that lucky. So give me Luna by knockout in the first. And not much else to say there. Biased, yep, but I actually do think he could win at the same time. And then after that we get to our co-main event of the evening in the lightweight division, a beyond undeserved top 15 shot that's going to end exactly how you think it would when a terrible fighter gets a top 15 shot. We have our co-main event of the evening in the lightweight division for the number, I believe, 14th ranking, but might be 15th. And we have Faraz Smile Killer Ziam versus Tom No Train Nolan Fake Train Hype Train. No, he doesn't have that anymore. Whichever one you want to go with. Eric Nolan's better. Yeah, do I need to waste much time here? Actually, no, I will give Fraziam his flowers here in our co-main. Fraziam, number 14 at lightweight, 18-4, 29 years old, 8-2 in the UFC. Definitely has had ups and downs, but has really found his stride in the last couple of years. In UFC, he has beat Jay Malarkey, Luigi Van Germini, and then his winning streak, Michael Figlak, Jai Herbert, Claudio Perez, Matt Favola, Mike Davis, and Nazim Sadikov, only losing to Don Mage and Terrence McKinney. Ever since that McKinney fight, DM has been a different man, ripping through everybody. Some of them shitty, like Herbert, Figlak, and Puelles, but that Favola knockout was great. Mike Davis fight was really good, and a lot of people count him out there. He completely exposed Sadikov, knocking him out, and now he gets to fight a guy who's worse than all three of those guys, and shitty Nolan. And yeah, Ziam's winning streak since September 2022 should continue and move to a 7-fight winning streak. So, well, not should, it will. When you like likable, good French fighters, definitely not next week. And yeah, pretty simple. Dude's really good, well-rounded, great striker, grappler, cardio. Dude's really good. What more can you really say? And I'm not gonna waste time on the opponent because he's fucking terrible. Nicholas Mota's son hasn't done shit since against anyone actually good, and he's going to get embarrassed here because he sucks. So there you go. Betting odds first fight have Farazi on minus 300 plus 245. I'm so happy the betting odds ain't fucking delusional, and they know how shit Nolan is and how good Ziam is. So I agree completely. Nolan's an inch taller, but Ziam has 2 inches in reach and is 91% picked. And I'm going to fully agree. I think Ziam's going to embarrass this moron. Probably got into a decision, 30-27. Maybe he can knock him out, because Nolan has no fucking chin. Got dropped by Victor Martinez. So take that as you will. And Alex Reyes. So, you know, there's that. But Ziam is still just not a finisher. Like, Favola and Nazim were good knockouts, but he's still, I don't view him as a finisher, and I think he's just going to embarrass Nolan for 15 minutes, so give me Ziam by decision. I would love if he knocked him out, but again, I just don't really view Ziam as a finisher. He has power, 6 knockout wins, but again, he only has 2 in his in his UFC career, and I just don't think he's gonna get one here. So I think it's gonna probably be more of a grappling game plan from Ziam, if anything, and yeah, he will rip through this pathetic tomato can. So easy win for Ziam. What more can I really say here? And well, the more I think about it, Nolan does get hurt in every fight. Martinez hurt him badly, Reyes hurt him badly, Campbell hurt him badly, Slava might be the only guy who didn't hurt him that badly. Mota hurt him. And the more I think about, does Ziam put him out? He might. If Nicholas Mota's knocking you out, that kind of says a lot. If Victor Martinez... Yeah, I'm going to Ziam knockout in the first. The more I think about... Am I? Yeah, the more I think about it, like, the only reason no one's winning these fights is because he can get hurt by these guys who just suck. Like Martinez and Campbell. Ziam is good everywhere, so even if no one shoots for a takedown, he's not gonna get it. So yeah, I'm going to Ziam knockout in the first, the more I think about it, because Nolan just has no fucking chin, and Ziam has power. Again, the Nazim Sadikov felt it, and yeah, I think he can just put Nolan away here pretty easily. So give me Ziam by knockout in the first. The more I think about it, if he does win by decision, I'll be a bit annoyed that I changed what I was originally going to go with, but if Ziam wins, that's all I care about, because I can't stand Tom Nolan, because he fucking blows. And give me Ziam by knockout in the first, the more I think about it. So I just see him hitting like a beautiful cross or some shit and putting Nolan down. So maybe even jumping a submission, but I'm gonna say he just puts him out. And yeah, give me Ziam by knockout in the first. More if Victor Martinez is rocking you as badly as Nolan was rocked in that fight, Ziam's gonna put you in a fucking body bag. So give me Ziam knockout round 1, and yeah, either than 327 him or knock him the fuck out. Pretty simple. Can't wait to see it. And then finally, the main event of the evening in the middleweight division, a fight that makes no fucking sense, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. Right now, in the last fight before UFC 300 and the last fight before the White House, so they really like him in that spot. And we have our main event of the evening at middleweight, a fight that doesn't need much time wasted on it. We have who should be fighting for the belt in the division next, Brendan All-In Allen versus Edmund the Golden Boy. God, is that nickname fitting? Shabazian. I really wonder who's gonna win here. Do I need to waste your time here? Brendan Allen, great fighter, in my opinion, the second best middleweight, with Hamzat gone and Strickland as champ. 2-fight winning streak against Vittori and De Ridder, and then he should be fighting for the belt next because he deserves it more than anyone else. He's more exciting and he's better than any of the other options. Drake is just scared to fight him, and no one can even name anyone else, so there you go. As for Edmund, I'm not going to waste time here. Why is he here? We get it, UFC. You want Edmund to Shabazian to be a thing. That he isn't. He sucks. We knows this. Well, he beat Dulan Budka, Andre Petrosky, and Andre Muniz. Ooh, great. This dude sucks. He's the same can he's always been, and yeah, he can beat up tomato cans, but that's that. So, like, he can't grapple, he has no cardio, and he sucks. What more is there really to say there? Brendan Allen minus 230 to plus 175. He should be a way bigger favorite. Allen should be like minus 470. To be honest, like, I don't know why he's not a giant favorite. Same height, same reach, and 91% on BA as they should be. Give me Brian Allen by submission in a second. Grapple. If Allen wanted to win a striking match, he could, but he's not a dumbass, and he's just gonna take him down and embarrass him. So, give me Allen by submission in a second. Pretty fucking simple, and yeah, what am I gonna say here? Edmund should not be here. He sucks, and yeah, there you go. What more can I say here? What? Hey man, I won't take any fight. He wants to stay active, and that's why he should be fighting for the belt next, because he's the most deserving, active, and exciting out of the options. Get him and Strickland. Book it. And with that being said, boom. That was a card. Oh, and yeah, give me this idiot. Not like it matters. Boom, bang, and bap. And that's the card. That's the breakdown. Go over my picks one more time. Ketlin Souza by decision. Jessica Chavez by decision. Jordan Levitt by decision. Pasilicash Wada by knockout in the first. Edgar Chavez by decision. Marcus McGee by knockout in the second. Alessandro Costa by knockout in the first. Ivo Boronevsky by knockout in the first. Santiago Luna, biased, but could win by knockout in the first. Faraz Zion by knockout in the first. Brian Allen by submission in the second. And whoever this bum is. There you go. Bang. Yeah, it's a pretty good card. What was that from, like 6 finishes in a row on my predictions? I haven't heard that in a while. I have more finishes than I do fucking decision predictions. How often does that happen? And, yeah, like I said, if you just go from the Chavez fight to the Brendan Allen fight, this card is really good. Like, you got Chavez a prospect, Jordan Levitt and Brito's decent, Cashwada could be fun, Chira Silva's great, McGee is back, Costa will be a nice knockout, Evo's fun, Luna Bryce is interesting, Ziam's good, Brendan Allen a top-ranked fighter. This is a really good Apex card to send us off to the White House, and I'm excited for it. I really am, so I think this card has a high ceiling of being very good, and I'm looking forward to it, so we'll see what happens though. We'll see what happens. The Apex, so it could either be really shitty or really decent, and we'll see which outcome we get here, so that being said, not really much more to be said here. We'll be recapping this card on Sunday as always, talking about hopefully all the good that happened, like Tom Nolan and Bryce Mitchell losing because they're fucking idiots and losers, and I'm excited, so gonna be fun. A lot of finishes predicted, hopefully some of them hit. Marcus McGee the lock of the night, if I didn't say that when I went through his thing, which I don't think I did, and last card before the White House. Let's send off a bang, boys. I'm looking forward to it, and what more can be said here? So we'll be back in the Apex after the White House, or before the White House. Maybe Apex is not as cursed after all. Let's not jump to a conclusion. When they book cards of this level, maybe not. So see what happens, and last 12 fights for the White House. Let's go out with a bang. So that being said, not really much more needs to be said here outside of. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And last time I'm going to say something which I don't believe I am. I believe the only thing to say here now is, as always, RX out. Good vibes.